The other thing I picked up on what you were saying before is a lot of, it sounds like prefabrication and or set designs to get those cost efficiencies. It kind of sounds like, and I've joked about this before, I know you've said before to me, it's not quite like that, but I joke it's like an IKEA catalogue. You open up the book and you go through and go, okay, I'm going to order design, whatever, and it comes to a degree pre-made or pre-designed.
Yeah, that's right. So under the early schemes, they were made from scratch, even though they were set designs, and they would go out to tender and get the cheapest builder. So they didn't have their own builders in that case.
Okay.
But their houses were all designed by the commission. In later iterations, people could actually employ a private architect to design their own home, and they could get much bigger homes, and they could have more expensive homes and then pay the difference between the maximum loan amount that the government would give them themselves, if that makes sense, make up the difference. But yeah, what were we talking about?
The whole prefab concept.
Yes, sorry, prefab. Got distracted. Too many things to think about.
And the reason why I raised that is recently I went to a forum where we were talking about the fact that in the Australian market it's really hard for the prefab concept to sort of get off the ground.
That really surprises me because it was probably post-war with the Queensland Housing Commission where the prefab houses were really embraced by government schemes. So there'd been prefabricated houses previously run by private businesses such as Campbell's. But it wasn't until post-war where, basically the Queensland government went, okay, we need to build as many houses as quickly as possible. What are other countries doing? Where can we source these prefab houses from? And they imported prefabricated houses from the Netherlands, France, where were some of the other ones?
This blows my mind. Back in a time where you couldn't just jump on a plane and send materials over overnight.
And I've actually seen this is how nerdy I get, I've actually seen in the state archives the files under these commissions where it's the reports from the delegates they sent over to investigate these factories to these countries, reporting back on what they found, what they think would work. And like, what a junket back in the day to be sent, to France to check out these houses. But yeah, they were imported, and actually there's a couple of stories where there was issues between the metric and imperial system measurements when they were assembling the houses, that type of thing. But yeah, they really embraced it for that, and a lot of other innovative construction methods as well. But yeah, I don't understand why people are hesitant with the prefab here. To me, it's mass production, it brings the cost down. If you look at a lot of houses now, some of the truss and the framing are already prefabricated, and companies in America were doing prefab homes from the 1800s. The Sears were issuing catalogues, and you would, like you were saying, the IKEA catalogue, you would pick the house, and they would send you everything in boxes, all cut to measure, all that sort of stuff. So yes, I really don't understand how that's not more popular, and to me it just seems an obvious way to keep the costs down.
Interesting. Okay, we can go down so many different tangents. We might leave it there for the moment.
So we don't learn anything from the past at all. But
it's great. This is blowing my mind. I'm like, we should talk about this. We should no, let's keep it on track.
One of 20 videos.
Exactly. Okay, so give us a bit of a rundown of what you do, where people can jump on and check you out and all of that sort of stuff.
So how I got into unintentionally learning so much about these social houses was... So I research houses, the history of houses.
Yeah, like
first point. First point. I should clarify that. So I'm called the house detective. And basically what I do is I look into the construction of the house, which is how I first came across these government schemes. I'd find mortgage stamps on the certificates of title for the properties that would say War Services Commission, that type of thing. And I'd be like, what the heck is this? So then I'd go down that rabbit hole. And the reason why I come across this so often is thousands of these houses were built throughout Queensland and Australia. So all the common designs you think of when you see a Brisbane or Queensland house, some of them will have been built under these schemes. But yes, that's basically what I do. I look at the construction of the house, when it was built, who it was built by, and who's lived there since. And that's why I love seeing these mortgage stamps on titles, because straight away I know, okay, this has got a history. Because I can go to the archives and I'll know who built it. I'll know exactly when they started paying the mortgage. I'll know exactly when it was built. I'll probably be able to find the builder's name. So, yeah. So in a nutshell, that's what I do. But,
and where do people go to stalk you?
Oh, wow. I've got a website, housedetective.com.au, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Actually.
I was going to say, promo that YouTube, girl.
My videos aren't as good as Peter's, but I'm trying.
I love watching him. Okay, well, I think that wraps up. Until next time, thanks for watching, guys.
For all you red tape lovers out there, I have one thing to say. Well, no, actually, I've got three. Number one, the advice provided in these videos is general in nature. It's not site-specific. You would be a silly Billy to go and make financial decisions based on this advice without first checking with the town planner. Don't be a silly Billy. Number two, Brisbane town planning is in no way linked to Brisbane City Council. The views expressed in these videos are my own, not council's. So if you don't like them, blame me, not council. Number three, what was my number three? Oh yeah, the views expressed in these videos are accurate at the time of recording. If you're watching this video back 10 years from now, the views may not be so accurate. That's all. Bye.